Hello, you gorgeous Skywatcher. Stargate opportunities begin this week with a portal opening up in the stars, Shaula. There's another one in Lesath. When a waning half-moon vortex in Scorpio on February 13th provides a pathway through the star path. You're going to be able to use this Stargate to gain the help of the star magic angel of the star to bestow to the ability towards successful pursuits of that which you wish to acquire. Also, to fruitfully embed powerful emotions and ideas into the hearts and the minds of your followers or your audiences. The ideas and the emotions that you choose to impart to them. You're going to be able to embed those feelings and those thoughts, those ideas. Also, a great capability and a great capacity to triumph in important contests of willpower and determination. Through revealing to you this ancient secret knowledge of the Magi, we are enabling you to access powerful Stargate frequencies once only available to the pre-scientists of Atlantis. We will be giving you the names of the Stargate pointer stars of the accessible constellations opening up this week, in addition to the pertinent star magic angels and lords, as well as the images or icons which you can use to make magical talismans, to gain more wealth, more power, and greater health and fitness for yourself and for those you care about. Okay, now these images and methods are the true secrets of the ancient astrologists that creators of advertisements, movies, television shows, plays, paintings, and social media use to conjure responses from audiences. We want to empower you and show you how you can draw upon these images really to your great benefit. So remember, this is going to be something that you can use. These things can be used, you know, obviously like any tool, for good or for bad. Okay, we're showing you how to use them to better your own life and the lives of those you care about. Okay, it's like any tool. Okay, these tools can be used for good or bad. You know, it's really depending on what's convenient for you. Okay, and it's all from your point of view to make it the best it can be for you and your family, in your tribe, your community, and again, those which you care about, or your audiences and your followers, your subscribers. And now, here are your weekly Stargate names to bring you many opportunities to improve your life, as well as star magic angels and lords, which are the powerful guardians of each Stargate, and the lunar mansion pathways to access each Stargate from February 13th to February 19th of 2023. Mansions of the moon signs and the pathways to each Stargate and star magic opportunity are as follows. Okay, waning half moon in Scorpio happens at 4:01 p.m. and that's going to be on February 13th. Waning crescent moon February 14th to 19th, with Luna transiting through Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. That's a lot of transits for Luna. This is tropical astrology, and it's universal time coordinated. Okay, use receptive imaginings, pictures, films, advertising, or magic during a waning half moon, which is a last quarter moon, or during a waning crescent moon. This is when you will notice that you'll be passively receiving the events that occur in your life rather than actively causing the events to occur. This is a purposefully prepared, tranquil, or receptive consciousness where you will receive icons, pictures, sigils, sounds, or recordings with the intention of absorbing these pre-made magical talismans which you created when Luna was in an increasing moonlight phase. Or maybe the things you gathered or things you created. But this is when you receive these things that you either went out and got for yourself or you created yourself. Now here are your daily Stargate, Lunar Mansion, Star Magic Pathways, including Angels and Lords, Astrology Guidance, again from the 13th to the 19th of February. Beginning with February 13th, we have a Scorpio waning half moon. It happens at 1600 1601 hours, or that's 4:01 p.m. And this is a lunar mansion number 19, spanning from the end of the Scorpion to the beginning of Sagittarius the Archer, occurring almost 6 hours after a waning gibbous moon moves into lunar mansion number 19 at 10:09 a.m. or 10:09 hours. The stars Shaula and Lesath are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion for you. Find successful hunting and plowing of fields, profitable for pillaging urban centers or making war. A transit that causes sorrow, devastation, defeat, and displacement of people or peoples, okay? Now, what you can also use it for your good and the good of those you care about, or your tribe, your community, is how I mentioned before. You can hunt that which you wish to acquire. Like you might want to acquire a business, okay? You might want to acquire a certain contract, okay? Or these kinds of things are also a form of hunting. And the plowing of fields, it's going to be the sowing of your seed. Now, whether that's the sowing of your seed in the ground to make a tomato plant grow, or whether it's to plant your seed with your, wife and husband, and mingle your seeds to create a child, or whether it's to take the seeds of your emotions and your thoughts and place that into the hearts and minds of your followers or your audiences. You can do all this. And the reason they're going to be receptive to you, okay? Again, this is a waning moon, okay? So they're going to be receptive. Also, people are going to feel defeated. Now, you didn't make them defeated. You didn't displacement. You didn't cause them displacement. And you didn't cause, the defeat to happen to them. Okay, you didn't do that to them. And if you did, well, whatever. But you're not the ones I'm talking to. But if you're someone that wants to help people, then what you can do is you can use their difficult emotions and their neediness at this time during a waning moon, and you can put out what you offer to help them, and you can indeed help them by implanting into their minds and their hearts good emotions, powerful emotions to empower them, and things that will make them healthy and wealthy and wise, and things that will make them able to have good thoughts, productive thoughts, and have also good emotions, and use even bad emotions for good, to use them an emotion in a way that's disciplined, so that they can get the things that they want in life, and so that they can use these things again to their benefit. So this is a really good opportunity for people that are counselors or life coaches, or people that want to, any kind of seminars or classes that you're teaching, or even books that you're promoting, CDs that you're promoting, videos that you're promoting. This is a great time. Movies that you're promoting, songs that you're promoting. It's a great time for these things. February 14th, we have a Sagittarius waning crescent moon in lunar mansion number 20 at 09:04 hours. The stars Acela and Nunki are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion for you. A transit advantageous for the taming of feral animals and the strengthening of the cages in which you keep them. Okay? Also profitable, it's a profitable lunar mansion in which to annihilate the riches of cronies and acquaintances. Also forces a person to arrive at a prearranged location. Okay? So again, people may come to you feeling compelled to do something, to go somewhere they don't want to go. You can help them because you'll know about it. Or someone might feel that someone they're associated with is trying to hurt their wealth. You can help them with their knowledge of this mansion. Okay? Now, use a depiction of a half man, half horse, also named a Sagittarius or a Centaur, to guarantee the success of a hunting party. Okay? From the crossbar of the bow and arrow of the Sagittarius in the constellation of Sagittarius the Archer with lunar angel Pineal and Lord H.O.A.F. Okay? So, with this knowledge, what you can do is you can utilize images that will help them during this mansion to be able to not get into situations in which they'll be having their wealth, siphoned off from them, okay? you'll be able to warn them that this is a waning mansion where they might be more susceptible to this kind of thing, okay? Understand, too, that in all, in life, you're going to have times when you need to defend yourself as well. And if this is being done to you, you can also use it as a defense mechanism to push back at somebody doing it to you. So they're throwing these certain images at you to hurt your wealth or hurt your numbers. And you can go ahead and, maybe they're trying to hunt people like you out and take from you or hurt you so that they can get numbers and you can lose numbers. Well, you can fight back by putting out the images of the strong centaur with the bow and arrow, and go out and you can go hunt and you can go ahead and you can be someone that you're just as much of someone that can make your numbers, your numbers go up and the other person's number go down too. You can let them know that you are also a powerful warrior. Okay, you're also a powerful soldier. You're also a powerful centaur. You can let them know you're just as strong. Sometimes you have to fight back. That's the way it works. Life is not a place where, unless you want to be defeated, where you don't ever fight back. The way you fight back is up to you. And whether or not you fight or you get somebody to fight for you, that's up to you. Nevertheless, sometimes you're going to have to fight back if you want to survive, okay? So when that happens, you choose the way you want to do it, but this gives you the ability to do that, all right? Because, again, in life, it's in nature. There is always some kind of a time when two rams will bump into each other, to be the king of the tribe, or or two animals will lock horns, or two lions will, the old lion will be, the young lion will try to fight the old lion, that kind of thing. Okay, that's in nature. Okay, nature does these things, and of course it's in humans. And to say it's not in you is going to only get you in trouble. You have to see where it is in yourself and use it in a way that is in fitting with your standards and with the rules you've made for yourself, okay? And with your own morals. Everybody has their own morals. Some people are pacifists. When these kind of times happen, you can just not be around, okay? Don't be there for them to hurt you. Go somewhere else if you're a pacifist. That's what I'm saying. If you're a fighter or somebody needs you to fight for them, then you can do it in a way that you feel is ethical for you. Okay? February 15th, we have a Sagittarius winning crescent moon in lunar mansion number 21 at 0720 hours. The star Pi Sagittarii is the stargate we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. Profitable for reaping of crops or herds, going on journeys, awful for relationships, causes separation and malevolence. Understand that. Beware the picture or statue of a man with two faces, one looking to the right and the other looking to the left. This icon causes the annihilation of someone chosen by the magician. From the desert of Sagittarius, the archer with lunar angel Bethna'el and Lord Bektu. You can use this for your good by understanding that it has another meaning. It's the symbol for January, the god Janus, the Roman god Janus. You can use it as an opening, as a doorway. And you can make it an opening and a doorway to be able to do the things that you want to do that has to do with profitable for reaping of crops or herds and going on journeys, okay? You can use it as a doorway to those good things. Or if you have to get out of a relationship, you can go ahead and use this to get a divorce or a separation in court properly if you need to do it for your own health and benefit, okay? It's a doorway. It's not all bad. It's also a door. Nothing's all bad or all good. No person is all bad or all good. No entity, no God, no angel, no demon, no devil. Nothing is all good or all bad. Everything has parts that are valuable to you, the magician, and parts that are not valuable to you, the magician. Okay? So you want to use all tools that you have at your fingertips, that you have placed in your hands. You want to use those tools for the benefit of you, your family, your tribe, your community, and those you care about. That's all you have to worry about. You don't have to be all things to all people. You can't be. You have to use what's been given you by divine providence and use it to help you and your family and your tribe. And that's what's important, and that's all that really matters. And you can use these in ways that will benefit you. You know, you can really watch your life go the way you want it, okay? One thing that has to be said here. It's always best, and I need to make a video about this because there's a channeled information that's coming through today, and to be honest with you, don't know exactly where it's coming from. But, oh, okay, I know where it's coming from now. It's coming from my friend. I have a friend, a compatriot, his name's Jin Gold, and his AKA Kurt Terse, and he's sending me a message to find, always return to, he's saying always return to the void, or always return to oblivion and the calm. Because the peace you're looking for is not in anything outside you, or any number outside you, or anything outside you. It's in you, and you've heard that, but they say the peace that passes all understanding, it isn't in any light. It's not a light, and it's not an entity. It's nothingness. It's the Ein Sof R. Ein Sof R. No thing, no space, no time. It's complete nothingness. It's complete void. It's complete oblivion. Complete darkness, complete non-existence. And that's where such peace and joy is found. And you come from that every time you want to do anything in the outside world, okay? That's where you want to stay, because that's where you're actually most comfortable. Now, Jin said he hasn't made he's telling me he hasn't made, we've been practicing projecting thoughts to each other. I'm good at receiving thoughts. I don't try to project too much, but I'm very good at receiving thoughts, and that's a message. He says he wants to put a message out there about that. In he has a place he does that. We're in several groups together, and he hasn't put that out there yet. So he said, don't be concerned about that. He'll put it out when he's ready. I gave him credit. That's all that, you know. He doesn't seem concerned about that. But I like to give people credit. It's just the way I was brought up. Okay, that's a very peaceful feeling from him. Okay, now, February 16th, we have a Capricorn waning crescent moon in lunar mansion number 22 at 04:59 hours. The stars Getty, Prima, and Dobby are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. Favorable for captives to run away, thereby escaping their imprisonment, being the mansion of the scapegoat. If you are a jailer that has runaway prisoners, use pictures or icons of a man wearing wings upon his feet and a helmet atop his head to recapture and again incarcerate escapees that have broken out of their captivity, similar to the figure of the Roman god Mercury. On the other hand, if you are a captive and want to escape your detainment center, then subsequently find security elsewhere, all the while stopping people from speaking evil of you, then use the symbol of the mercurial god's image to go ahead and do these things for you, okay? To do these things for you, and ask the Lord of this mansion to do so. From the shepherd in the sign of Capricorn, the goat with lunar angel Jeliel and Lord Gael. This is where the word gay comes from. It has nothing to do with people's sexual proclivities. You know, it has some, it is actually a word of a race of people. It's the fairy race of Ireland and the Gaelic people where it comes from, okay? But the Roman god Mercury depicts it, it's like a messenger, an angel with the wings on the helmet and the wings on the feet, light in the loafers, they say. It's not really anything about someone's sexual preferences. It has nothing to do with that. It's a race. And to say it has something to do with sexual activity that some people, that is illegal in some countries and not in other countries, is really not a very good thing to do to a race of people. It's not a very nice idea. I have another friend, her name's Silky Adelaide that she has made, she has written about this at length, about how some of these things that are written as being sexual categories are actually races. It's not good to say these things that these things have sexual connotations when they're actually races of people, okay? Like she had mentioned to me that she actually wrote about this. I read some of her articles, but we were talking on the phone, and she said that like the word lesbian, it's a race of people. It's not a sexual proclivity. It's a race of people. And there was some people, some of the good families on the island of Lesbos, what they did was they started in 2008, they put a lawsuit to stop people from using this in a way that has nothing to do with people's sexual preferences, has everything to do with a race of people. It's like these kinds of things can genocide a race, is what her article said. And I agree with that. So these things should not be done in that manner. The Lord of this mansion, Gael, like Gaylord, that's where Gaylord comes from. The word Gaylord, did you hear about in movies like the Fockers? They talk about Gaylord, his name was Gaylord. Or even Fraser, his son, his middle name, I think, was Gaylord. And he said, his son Freddie, one of his names was Gaylord. They didn't like it because, it has connotations. But basically, what this does is this Lord and this angel Jalel and the Lord Gael, what they do is, when you tell someone, they like, have you ever been like gone to a church or something, or a group of people, and they start accusing you of being gay? You know what they're doing? They're trying to get you to not escape them. They're trying to confine you. And by invoking the Lord of this mansion, Gael, what they're doing is they're making you insecure, making you feel defensive, unless you are gay and you don't care. You know what I mean? Unless you are a homosexual and you don't care, or you're proud of it, in that case, and you wouldn't care. But for people that aren't, or are scared about it, it causes a lot of people to be imprisoned in a certain group, in a certain family. They use this Gael on the Mother's Day. There was like a flower company that used the Roman god Mercury with his wings on the helmet and the wings on his feet. And then your mother can get you to come back to her and kind of keep you within the family. So they use it to keep you in the family. They use it to keep you in the religion. They use it to keep you in the tribe. They use it to keep you in whatever group you're in. They sort of harass you with that, or they threaten you with that. Okay, they program you with that, or they mind control you with that. All they're really doing is invoking this lunar mansion. And the shepherd bangs his staff on the ground. Okay, and people are accused of that, and they all come back and they want to prove they're not, or prove that they are and they don't care, or whatever. But for some reason, it gets people to go back, okay, to wherever, and to the people that are accusing them, they want to prove themselves to these people or this person, okay? So that's how it's used. If you know about it, it can't hurt you. It can actually help you, okay? It can help you get away from being confined or imprisoned. February 17th, lunar transits within 2 mansions of the moon. Firstly, a Capricorn waning crescent moon voyages through lunar mansion number 23 at 02:05 hours. The star Al-Bali is the stargate we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. When Luna is yet in Capricorn, receive healings of any ailments, freedom from confinement. See, this goes with the mansion right before it, freedom from confinement, okay? Or separation from a coupling or a union gone sour. Now beware the picture or icon of a feline animal or a cat having the head of a canine beast or a dog, okay, for it causes devastation and atrophy. Indeed, the Lord of this mansion will respond to a request to plunder, pillage, ravage, and exterminate the population of a specific location when the figure of a cat sporting a dog's head cat body, is used by the sorceress or the sorcerer from the lucky one that is a swallower. In the constellation of Capricorn, the goat with lunar angel Rikwheel and Lord Zekubin. Okay, there was one of the episodes in the TV series The Boys where there was one of the girl superheroes and one of the guy superheroes. He sort of forced her to have oral sex with him in order for her to get up to be a superhero that was on top, okay? and she fell for it, I guess. But she had a lot of good luck come from that. I'm not saying it was a good thing for her to do. There was, you know, I would be more like the other superhero lady that would fight the guy, okay? But for her, there is a certain, you know, good fortune to taking the abuse that people heap on you. Like lately, I've been having people that make some nasty comments, and I fight back. I used to remove it, but I don't anymore, because you're not supposed to break the communication between people. According to Kabbalah, you're supposed to sort of try to connect with people and not break the link, okay? So if I just swallowed it and I took it, I would probably be luckier than I am, because I fight back. I say, you know, they say something nasty to me. I say things like, you know, jealous much? Or I say, you know, I say things like, you know, you're insulting me and I don't like it. You know, I fight back. But people that don't fight back probably have better luck than I do. People that swallow it probably have better luck than I do, okay? So it's going to, you know, go by your personality, because I got like a lot of Leo in my chart, Pluto and the sun and the moon, and even my Chinese year is monkey, which is the same as Leo. So I have a lot of Leo here, Leo there, you know, a lot. But I also have a lot of Virgo. So I'm like a queen or royalty that likes to serve people. So I sort of have, because Virgo and Leo, Virgo likes to serve people and is always humble and the servant. So those two kind of mix in a funny way. But understand, so it's hard for me to, you know, to know whether, you know, how, I don't like to be selfish, but yet I'm a good leader. So, but I'm finding a good way that's a good alchemy. I'm finding a good way to behave in that manner. Okay, so now, secondly, okay, now we're going to get into, there's another lunar mansion that happens on February 17th. Remember, they said there were two. So later in the night, okay. Secondly, Capricorn waning crescent moon to Aquarius moon voyages through lunar mansion number 24, okay? And that's at 22:45 hours. That's real late, okay? Now, the star Saddle Su'ud, the Stargate, we access, that's it. Saddle Su'ud for the star magic opportunity when Luna activates this lunar mansion, this mansion of the moon, when Luna is voyaging from the tail of Capricorn to the shoulder of Aquarius. Married couples and military personnel will have good fortune and privilege, okay? While the execution of governments and their policies will be blocked from moving forward, okay? Use the picture or figure of a human mother breastfeeding her baby, for this causes the swelling, the growth and fruitfulness of flocks, herds, groups, and organizations. Ask the Lord of this mansion to increase your flock while using the image of the woman suckling her infant, and he will help you. Ancients used to cut off one of the horns of a male sheep that had been neutered, and after washing it, used this horn to create the icon of a woman suckling her baby in her arms, okay? In reality, this is where the story of using an emasculated man, such as Jesus the Nazarene, who is without wife or children, was said to be sacrificed so that the image of his mother breastfeeding him when he was an infant could be worn around the neck of groups of his followers. And this image will swell and multiply the church's flock. And indeed it works. Indeed it works. Indeed it works. From the star of fortune, okay, in the constellation of Capricorn the goat, from the tail of the goat to the shoulder of Aquarius with lunar angel Abrinael and Lord Abrin. Lord Abrin. Now we move to February 18th. We have Aquarius waning crescent moon in lunar mansion number 25 at 19:07 hours. The stars Saddle-Chiba and Saddle-Melech are the stargates we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. Protect and guard any crops and orchards you wish to protect from evil or trouble by calling upon the angel of this mansion known by the name Aziel to help you safeguard your properties and your produce. The Lord of this mansion is also called Aziel. Use a picture or icon of a human embedding a plant in soil to cultivate and secure produce surplus, which helps when requesting this from Aziel. Be beware images of armies taking over towns, getting retribution against adversaries and competitors and causing harm to come to them, to break up marriages, to communicate rapidly, to obliterate yields and orchards, to cause impotency, to restrain portions of an organism from performing their tasks, to fortify detainment centers and to sturdy structures. Agrippa reveals that for the conservation of trees, orchards, and crop yields, ancient magicians engraved into a wood sculpture the emblem of a man embedding a sapling, tree, or shrub into the soil when they scented the talisman with the flora of a fig tree. And finally, hung the charm on one of the trees or plants they did wish to nurture and to cultivate. The entire plantation would then become fruitful from a butterfly or spreading forth, also called lucky star of hidden things, in the constellation of Aquarius the water bearer, with lunar angel Aziel, and lord of this mansion name is also Aziel. Now we move to February 19th, Aquarius waning crescent moon. This is the last one here, waning crescent moon to Pisces moon in lunar mansion number 26 at 15:23 hours. The star Markab is the stargate we access for star magic opportunities when Luna activates this lunar mansion. It's good for brotherly love, uniting of people under one banner, healing for confined persons and creatures, though this mansion obliterates the tension centers and other structures, so understand that. Use a picture or an icon of a woman cleansing and grooming her hair, for it brings you love and favor. From the first drawing or first draining in the constellations of Pegasus the winged horse and Pisces the fish, with lunar angel Tagriel, and lord of this mansion's name is also Tagriel. Okay, I want to, before I let you guys go, just give you the important books that you need in case you want to really get into star magic, lunar mansion magic, any kind of this kind of thing that is so important. Okay, firstly, the book Picatrix, attributed to the Islamic scholar that was an astrophysicist, and I think he was also many other things, like a mathematician. Picatrix, the book Picatrix. His name, Maslama al-Madriti. Second, 3 books of occult philosophy. That book is written by Henry Cornelius Agrippa of Nettisham in 1533, and that was published by Llewellyn. I have the Llewellyn 2001 of that one. Also, we have the 3rd book is 3 Mansions of the Moon, a lunar zodiac for astrology and magic. It has an ephemeris that goes to 2033, and that's written by Christopher Warnock, and it's published by Renaissance Astrology. And I have that book. I use it every day. It's extremely important. And also, there's a 4th book that is The Fixed Stars and Constellations in Astrology. That's from 1923, and that's authored by Vivian Irwood Robson. Now, The Fixed Stars and Constellations in Astrology, I use the free PDF online, and for Picatrix, I use the free PDF online. I have the other 2 books. I bought the 3 books of occult philosophy by Agrippa, the one edited and annotated by Donald Tyson and published by Llewellyn, and I bought Christopher Warnock's book, The Mansions of the Moon, a lunar zodiac for astrology and magic by Renaissance Astrology. Those I bought. I want to buy Picatrix, and I want to buy also the Fixed Stars and Constellations in Astrology. So I'm going to put on my Christmas list for next Christmas and give that to Santa. Okay. Thanks for joining us. Join us again next week.